track. Great to be back on a good 4. And a 6-metre rail for 10 races. They're set for the first. Red light's on now. Stand by for action. And they're racing. Rolling Magic, barrier 1, jump well. Kumbila got away better today, and he's gunning for a forward spot with African Daisy. And up on the outside, How Much Better? As they go through the first 100 metres, on settling down, Kumbila's going to get the lead. He shows out by half a length, African Daisy, Rolling Magic. Behind those was How Much Better on the outside. Pretty Tavi, Miss Space Girl tracking forward, but 3 wide. Behind those, Diamond Model, followed by Presides, Equilibrus. Getting back was Kingston Charm. Crafty Eagle, and the last one, Bluff and Bluster. Kumbila to the side, 600 metres to go. Alicia got him out of the gates today, and he's in front. He leads by half a length on African Daisy. Rolling Magic, How Much Better? Behind those was Miss Space Girl. Pretty Tavi behind those runners as they bend from Diamond Model. Crafty Eagle forced the widest. In the straight, Kumbila led. He's held together by 1 length, African Daisy. Rolling Magic trying to pick up. Then How Much Better? Pretty Tavi running on with Miss Space Girl. Still Kumbila. Below the 200, Rolling Magic's coming now. Pretty Tavi on the outside, 100 to go. Kumbila, Rolling Magic, 75 to go. Kumbila with his head in front, but Rolling Magic's getting there with every stride and just arrived. Rolling Magic in time has nailed Kumbila by a narrow margin. As for third, Pretty Tavi, Equilibrist on the outside, followed in by Miss Space Girl, Kingston Charm, Diamond Model, Bluff and Bluster, Presides, Crafty Eagle and African Daisy.
First up with the blinkers on again, and Rolling Magic. He just kept on rolling as Kumbila had pinched a break, but he got off the fence and he just kept chipping into that margin, and eventually he will gain ascendancy on the outside to go on and win. For Richard and Will Friedman and Josh Parr will defeat Kumbila, and third, that looks to be 12, will get up for third, which was Pretty Tavi, and 9 further astern, Equilibrist. But a good first up effort there by Rolling Magic.
Yeah, nice return to the races. He's always been a talented horse. He was well set up today. They used the barrier, parked up just in behind the speed, and you thought Kumbila may have just pinched it from out in front. But once he saw a bit of daylight, he was working through his gears, and he got there in the nick of time. So that sets up his preparation really well. Kumbila, he reacted well to a change of tactics today. Going forward, he made them all chase him down, and he gave them something certainly to beat over the concluding stages, and a nice return to the races also with Pretty Tavi, so something to work on as he goes through she goes through the grades. So a little bit too good, a little bit too classy, Rolling Magic, and the overall time 1:17.22 there in the first at Rosehill, Corey.
The track seemed to race very, very fair there too, Brad. I thought they went a nice even clip up front, but I liked how horses from behind and out wide attacked the line. So track seems to be in terrific condition. Great ride there by Jossie Parr. Used the barrier, sat directly behind the speed. Didn't win by a big margin, but it was a tough first up win.
That indeed it was, and Will's about to join us. That was a nice return.
Yeah, to be honest, I probably got it wrong, because I told not only the press but also the owners that I thought it was quite unlikely he'd win. But he's probably getting closer to where he was when he sort of had a good run of form. He's always looked really well. He just hasn't been able to finish off his trials that well, but some horses just don't trial that well.
Yeah, indeed. He just kept coming, didn't he, once he got off the fence? He just kept chipping away.
Yeah, and there's certainly a lot of improvement left in him. If he didn't win today, we were going to have another crack at the 4 pillars, but that probably gets thrown out of the window with the ratings points. But hopefully he can go on and win a 78 or something. It's probably his time of year now to sort of progress through a little bit more.
Based on that, Will, he looks like he's in for a nice preparation.
I hope so. He's never, to be fair, after his first prep, he was only a stone's throw away from the English digital sale, and then we tipped him out for 5 months, and he's just come back a three, if not 50 times better horse than he was. So I'm thrilled for the owners. They've been very patient.
How often does that online threat really spark them into gear?
As soon as you threaten the box door, they put in a good one, always.
Good on you, mate.
Cheers.
Well done. There's Will Friedman. So a time of 1:17.22, 34.78 the last 600 metres. The winner gets in by a half neck, with a half length between second and third. A half neck by a half length. Okay, numbers here, 2, 6, 12 and 9. The numbers, so Rolling Magic wins first up, gelding by Per Encanto. Shani's favourite sire, incidentally, wins for the 4th time at start number 11. As Josh Parr is just jumping on the scales to make everything official after taking out the opening event. Everything A-OK there, and he's about to catch up with Corey.
Well done, Josh. He's a nice horse. He looks like he's got good improvement as well.
Yeah, definitely. His coat's quite woolly and he was really fresh pre-race, wasn't he? In the mounting yard and even in the barrier. So I'd suggest there is nice improvement to come, but thankfully he's got the job done today and we start the day on a good note.
Are you always going to ride him like that?
Yeah, the one thing was to get him to jump. He has a tendency to step slowly, but I was sure to get him out.
Well done.
Thank you.
New Ferro, a rock-solid favourite here in a terrible way for the guys back in the office.
Class 3 highway this week over 1,500 as we go to Luke.
Red light activated. Off and racing now. On the favourite. New Pharaoh's missed it 10 lengths. He's 10 lengths behind the second last horse, the favourite. Bounding out well was Supreme Command. Lands a length and a half in front of Pensativa. Up there as well was, as they settle down, Warrior for Peace in the quartered cap. They were being closely followed at that stage. Now he's lost the cap, has he? Warrior for Peace. He's drifted back to third last, in fact. Going to the front was Supreme Command. 3/4 Pensativa. As they worked through the first 200, back on the inside was Royal Teens. Inside of Think Like Paddy, who's getting into a good spot. Salute again, 3 wide as they slow. Then came back behind them the Young Years on the rails. Monty Maximus, great point. Red Rags to Bulls. They're walking here, dead set going half pace. Warrior for Peace, and they're going that slow that New Pharaoh's been able to tack on. Coming to the side, 550 metres to go. Supreme Command's had a picnic. Leads half ahead. Pensativa camped on their hammer, Think Like Paddy. Railing through as they turn was Royal Teens. The favourites with a job ahead. New Pharaoh's widest. Inside the 300, Pensativa cruising. Moves up on the outside and sprints clear. From on the rails, Supreme Command. Think Like Paddy boxes on. Red Rags to Bulls is getting out. 100 to go. Pensativa the leader. Red Rags to Bulls is coming hard. Pensativa a neck. Red Rags to Bulls getting over the top of it. Red Rags to Bulls. Too strong. Runs down Pensativa. Great win. As for third, Think Like Paddy prominent. Not sure what's run fourth. Royal Teens is there in a photo finish with Monty Maximus. Great point. Warrior for Peace. Royal Teens. Supreme Command. The Young Years and New Pharaoh. He blew it at the start.
We'll go back and have a look at the start in a moment. What happened to the favourite New Pharaoh? But Red Rags to Bulls continues. A very good trot for both trainer and rider. Jeremy Gaskin, Ben Osmond has burst between runners when it looked like the other scone galloper Pensativa was home. But 10 will win at 6 will in second, and Think Like Paddy the 1 will be third. But all eyes will be on the head-on at the start, Brad.
Yes, we'll have a look at that. So he's drawn a middle draw, and I'm not sure what happened. So we're watching this for the first time with the viewers. So too good there, the winner. Landed some bets at bigger odds at Red Rags to Bulls. She was rock solid there in Highway Company last start, and she's backed that up with a good win, chasing down Pensativa, who booted through like she was the winner. You can see a gap back to third, and that was Think Like Paddy, who just found the 1,500 metres too sharp. So here's the start. We're looking at barrier 7, just goes up in the air right at the wrong point, and he was out of play. So unfortunately, if you played at the short odds, that was game over for New Pharaoh, who went right up in the air as the gates opened. So unfortunate for the backers of New Pharaoh, but Red Rags to Bulls takes advantage of that and scores a decisive win.
Yeah, unfortunate there at the start, Brad. Obviously, he's just reared up. I thought he might have had a barrier blanket on, but just viewing the head on there, he hasn't had a barrier blanket on. He's gone right up just as they've hit the button, and yeah, very unfortunate, but taking nothing away from the winner. Great ride there, Benny Osmond. He's one of those jockeys, he's a little bit unassuming. He's one of those kids, he just goes about his business, but he give that an absolute peach ride. He would have felt a little bit awkward on it because there's not much of the horse, and he's quite a big jockey, but an absolute spot-on ride.
Hasn't she finished hard, Jeremy?
Yeah, I wasn't. Luke didn't feel us full of confidence mid-race when she was out the back off of what looked like a pretty slow speed. But she's done a terrific job and a terrific ride too. He didn't panic, and she certainly quickened up well.
There's not much of her, but she's got a motor.
No, she's only small. I thought with Ben on board she was going to look like a pony, but she has got a motor, and that's a really good effort from her today.
She's just improving all the time by the looks of her.
Yeah, she is, and I also think that she'll get over a fair bit further. her grandmother was a really good horse for me back in the old Adelaide days. You know, she ran over 2 miles, and she was a good mare. So I expect her to get over further. She's just got a fantastic attitude, beautiful horse to train. So
Good on you, mate. Well done.
thanks for that.
Well done, Ben. That was a nice enough win considering the speed they went.
Yeah, they didn't really seem to be going overly quick, but I saw the favourite miss the kick, so I thought she was in for a chance. Look, we got on the back of Jay's. We saved a bit of ground coming around the home turn, and when she kind of poked her head through that gap, she showed a really good turn of foot. I was quite surprised at actually how well she sprinted, and it was just a matter of running the front one down, and she did in the last few strides.
Upstairs we go. Here's race 3 with Luke.
All in the gates now. The red light is turned on. Stand by for action. Off and racing now, and Hellbent on You missed it. Soldier of Rome got a good start. So too did Punton and Tassaray. Just behind them settling was Northern Eyes. In that bunch was Maori Chief railing up on the inside of Don't Forget Jack. 2 lengths Sly Boots. Hellbent on You and Fiddler's Green is the last one. Keenly contested lead here. They're 3 abreast. Punton going to the front now from Soldier of Rome, and Tassaray's going to take a sit. He just won't switch off. He's going a touch keen back third the inside of Northern Eyes. A length and a half Maori Chief. Then Don't Forget Jack, followed closely by Hellbent on You. It's over on the rails about 6 lengths off the lead as they run down the side. Being covered up by Sly Boots and a length and a half Fiddler's Green. Punton leads up before the home turn. 550 metres to go. He's half a length on Soldier of Rome. Just behind them Tassaray waiting for the out. Then Northern Eyes, Maori Chief and Don't Forget Jack. They spin the bend. Punton first into the straight. He's a length and a half Soldier of Rome. Room for Tassaray if good enough. He's starting to run on. Then Maori Chief down the outside. Don't Forget Jack with Northern Eyes. Still Punton though at the 150 metres. Maori Chief tight for room. Tassaray can't go on. Don't Forget Jack wide out. Punton 50 out. Don't Forget Jack's going to get close. Maori Chief out late, but Punton with the spirit of Seth. He's won another one. Has beaten Don't Forget Jack or Maori Chief, who was stiff. Photo for 4th. Fiddler's Green and Sly Boots. Back behind them Tassaray. He didn't finish off. Then came Northern Eyes and Hellbent on You.
Wins again, second up this time. Punton, Björn Baker and Ash Morgan with superior speed out at the gates. And they were coming hard and fast late. Don't Forget Jack and Maori Chief, who had a bit of a checkered passage in the home straight. And it was a terrific run, notwithstanding all of that. And hasn't been beaten far, but he's a bit of a winning machine, never having finished further back than second is Punton.
Yeah, he builds on that already impressive record, doesn't he? So that's now 6 starts, 4 wins and 2 seconds. And when it counted, he put his nose down right on the line to hold off Don't Forget Jack, who was putting in the big ones late. Quite a busy finish there. It did get messier at one point. Hellbent on You didn't get a lot of luck in running, and Maori Chief maybe a little excuse as well on the quick backup. But he slid forward. It was a pretty patient ride, I thought, by Ash Morgan in the early stages, because Tassaroy did hold the front and he didn't hustle and bustle. He just let the horse slide there, get there under his own steam, and ultimately that's probably won him the race, Corey.
Yeah, it was a really well-rated ride, Brad, out in front there. He done just enough work to obviously hold them back off him, but he didn't panic and really push the button as soon as he entered the straight. He took his time, let the horse build through its gears, and just a really good, nice ride. So, well done, Ash.
Yeah, a couple of hard luck stories in behind, but that is to detract nothing of Punton, who takes out race 3. He's pretty hard to knock, this bloke.
Yeah, he's tough. He had to work a little bit to get there and probably just overdid it a touch. So, it was a good effort. I thought up to 1,400 would suit today. A great bunch of syndicate, a Magic Syndicate. They've named the horse after one of their great friends. It's a very good result. It's never easy to win on a Saturday, and I think there's definitely more in store. He's got a great win record.
He was there to be beaten, wasn't he? He was just showing a fair bit of toughness late.
Yeah, he was tough, and it was a good ride. And I think I still think the best is yet to come once we get him up over a little bit further. So, great way to start the day.
Well done, Ash. They didn't hand it to you. They made him work early.
No, that's right. And I was actually open to taking a sit today, but it was going to be in a position where I had to
sort of grabbed the bull by the horns a little bit, but luckily when he was there, he rested for me really well, and I felt like I was going to be vulnerable late just from that work in the first furlong, but he's an incredibly tough horse and he's got a lovely attitude.
He was there to be beaten, but he kept sticking his head out.
He kept sticking his head out. I thought I was vulnerable, but he's very tough. I think if one came and joined me next to him, he'd go.
Well done.
Thank you, mate.
So Pajanti about to complete the line. Race number 4 here at Rosehill. We've got a red light. Just about set. Off and racing now. Caught them in a pretty good line. Weeping Woman was away fast. She's burning, looking for the front. Mia Ballerina digging up inside of her, though. And they match motors. Mia Ballerina is going to kick through and lead Weeping Woman. 2 lengths away in third on the rails was Lady Boss on settling. Super Norwest a bit wide around the outside of Fairway Star between runners. 1.5 lengths Captain Amelia. Drifting back was Gently Rolled over on the inside as they negotiate that turn. Justella with it. Then came Changing Colours, and 1.5 lengths Pajanti is last of all. Mia Ballerina goes clear, 1.5 lengths at the 700 metres, and travels a touch keen from Weeping Woman, the favourite sitting off her. Then came Lady Boss, Fairway Star niggled at. Super Norwest has had a wide run, Gently Rolled railing. Captain Amelia saved up for 1 run at them. She's about 5 off the lead. Straightening up now, 3.75 to go. Weeping Woman's coming after Mia Ballerina. There's not much between them. Gently Rolled runs up behind. Just getting tight for room. Is running out of room. Lady Boss, Fairway Star wider. Weeping Woman, 200 to go. Gently Rolled getting clear now. Fairway Star late on the scene. Changing Colours, 75 to go. And Fairway Star fights on, but Changing Colours out of the pack. And Changing Colours rounds them up. Wins from Fairway Star. Photo third. Gently Rolled, Weeping Woman, not much between those two. Then Captain Amelia. Lady Boss, followed in by the next home. Super Norwest, Justella and Pajanti.
Oh, she gets a deserved change of luck. Changing Colours back in the winners list today. The Chris Waller and Jeff Penzer has come sailing down the centre of the track and will go on to win over Fairway Star and a wall of them for third. It was a case of Brad of where to look, and then she descended to Changing Colours upon them.
Yeah, set up for the closers, didn't it? But that's a fair training performance from Chris Waller. 5 weeks between runs. She had a little setback since we last saw her at the races, and that change of tactics worked a treat, didn't it? Once you saw Mia Ballerina go out hard, that softened up Weeping Woman. It was set up for something to get out of the pack, and you didn't really know where to look. Gently Rolled was the one ducking up towards the inside. Fairway Star boxed away well, but it was pretty decisive at the finish. She's really ripped clear.
Yeah, she had a massive turn of foot there, Brad, especially from the 100 home. Obviously snookered away for Jeff Penzer back towards the tail of the field, but once he got clear air, I was pretty surprised with this horse's turn of foot. Really electric getting to the line, and good to see Jeff Penzer back in the winner's circle at Rosehill on a Saturday.
Yeah, he waited for the gap, and then once it presented itself, he drove her through. So the numbers confirmed here: 7, 11, 2 and 5 on race 4. Gee, it's great to see her back on the winners list, Chris.
Yeah, it is. She hasn't had a lot of luck go her way, and she's been a tricky horse to manage. But as you can see today, she's got some good wins in her, and yeah, she's by the autumn sun. She's just a horse that's starting to mature.
A few weeks between runs, but gee, she had a good turn of foot.
Yes, she did. When Jeff got her wound up and in the clear, she really lengthened, and it was good to see her come away from a nice field.
She's honest, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, and I can make a case for each of her runs where she hasn't won, and I think ultimately she'll get over a little bit further. Definitely a mile, 1800. So yeah, it was good to see her come from well back and finish off strong.
And great to see Jeff in town,
especially riding like that. That was a good ride. He was patient. He took his gaps. He used angles to sort of safely get her into the clear, and yeah, he's a great rider. He's a great horseman, and pleasure to have him aboard.
Well done, Jeff. Gee, electric through the line.
Yeah, she was super. I mean, she's been ridden perfect the last 2 starts down there, and she's had a chance. And you wouldn't believe she was getting beaten in that last start. She hit the front at the right time, and I think still managed to pop its head up, but changes today, first time this direction. I was surprised. Winkers and ridden quite further back than I wanted to be, but she travelled so nice when I wanted to accelerate, and honestly, she never looked back going the line.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
the last to come in is Vella's Best. They're ready. Race 5, they're off now. Caught them in a reasonable line. In the centre, Formal was fast away. Living Thing, the favourite, about midfield. Vella's Best is going quickly. Loafer's handy to the speed. Just behind them, Sovereign Hill trying to get into a spot. Spywire railing up. King Secret caught on a limb. He's 3 deep around Living Thing. Back behind those, Apex ran 10 running off the track, 3 and 4 wide. Menajem's been shuffled back to second last, and Berezka sees them all. Up to the home turn, 500 metres to run. The Flying Formal shows the way by a narrow margin on Vella's Best. Spywire Camp just behind. He's trying to push out inside of Loafer, then King Secret. Further back was Apex. Sovereign Hill not with us at the moment. And Living Things trying to run on. Formal early in the straight. Leads here from King Secret sprinting. Spywire going for a narrow gap coming through. King Secret hit the front. Spywire had to breathe in. He's got the run now. Is it too late? King Secret ahead in front of Spywire. King Secret holding him. King Secret beats Spywire. Not sure third. Vella's Best was brave. Living Thing and Berezka late on the scene. Behind those horses was Loafer, Apex, Formal, Menajem, Sovereign Hill, and Rantam was last.
Oh, that was more like it today. King Secret, Andrew Atkins on board for Joe Pride with a head full of steam. He came down the centre of the track. Spywire was searching for a run and got out. I thought it was going to make it interesting, but the other one, King Secret, had, as I say, a head full of steam and goes on to win over Spywire. Third in a bunch finish. Living Thing, Vella's Best and Berezka. Brad, were all there.
You just had that... bit of momentum, didn't he, on the outside under the urgings there of Andy Adkins. And it was good to see him bounce back from last start where he did have that excuse of pulling up with the thumps. So the little brother to Private Eye, he's certainly on his way. He's only had the 7 career starts and that's now his 3rd win. So still better things to come. Spywire was game in defeat, as you say, just got interrupted there, wasn't able to build. He probably still ultimately got his chance once he saw a bit of daylight, but you can see the head on. He was just trapped, looking for the run. Anna rode the patient race, and maybe the gap just opened up a little bit too late for him to burst through, but he'll come on and win a similar race, you'd think, in the coming weeks. Good gap back to the rest, and Vella's Best, he certainly measured up. He showed really good speed there in the early stages to take up the running and boxed on quite well at the finish.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of luck there, Brad. Andrew Atkins on King Secret. There was the race changed complexions with Sovereign Hill. I'm not sure whether it got a heel or something like that, but there's a little bit of whitewash come back in the field, and it shuffled a few runners back like Living Thing and a couple of others, but he was up out of trouble, and it was just a really nice win, and good to see a horse after having the thumps turn up like that on a day like today.
And Vella's Best, not a bad effort. A horse that's inexperienced. He hasn't been beaten far either.
There's a couple of good runs, and I think the more we dissect that race, they'll be jumping out at us.
We'll do that tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Numbers here, 5-1, 9-11 on race 5. We had genuine excuses the other day, and today that was more like it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was just thinking 2 runs ago, I just came off the plane from Ireland and I was putting him to the paddock. 2 runs later and he's here winning again. So no, it was a really good result, and Andrew rode him brilliantly.
He's got a great little record and he's heading in the right direction, more importantly.
Yeah, and he's so like his brother. Like he's a lot smaller than him, but everything else, like his mind, his strength, it's all there the same as him.
Lovely ride by Andy, who just get him into the clear and get him working through his gears.
Yeah, it was nice. The pace was on, so he was quite wide with no cover, but then he slotted in and he popped him out at the right time, and it was a good win.
Good to see. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Andy. Nice effort after the last time out.
Yeah, terrific effort. Bit of a question mark last time. Very above himself. Joe sort of got stuck in him for the week and made sure the work was up to him. And he was pretty level-headed today, which was good to see. And done all the 1%ers right as he was sort of showing up until last run. And it was a bit of a muddly run look on paper, and wanted to make sure he began, find the spot. As we said to Joe this morning, I don't really know where he could end up here. It's middle draw, awkward amount of speed, and it was just more ride the horse, not the race, and just make sure he's comfortable. And he got in there for a little bit of cover for a teeny bit, but he's done it the tough way and just had to back that turn of foot he has late, and that he did.
Well done.
Thanks.
Nearly set to go at the 1500. Race number 6. Off and racing now. And caught them in a reasonable line. Thunderlips was away well. Zoo Attica pushing up there. And Testator Salens was away better today. And he charges up onto the speed. Sir Artie drops in behind, racing fourth. Then Green Shadows, Furious drifting back. Now Mickey's Medal. He's in an awful spot. He's 3 wide out the back here around Step Aside, and I've been trying. Zoo Attica charges clear mid-race. He goes 4 in front, running up to the 1,000 metres. Zoo Attica bowling along from Testator Salens. Third on the inside was Thunderlips, then Sir Artie. 2 lengths in the field, 2 Furious, covered up by Green Shadows, getting a little keen there. A length and a half Step Aside, I've been trying, and Mickey's Medals had to go right back to last to get in. Zoo Attica racing to the side, a loose leader. 550 metres to go. He's the best part of 4 in front of Testator Salens, much closer today. Sir Artie's creeping forward on the outside, then Green Shadows and Thunderlips, but Zoo Attica giving them something to catch. Around the home turn, still 3 in front of Sir Artie. Testator Salens the inside, Green Shadows further back. Leader still with a break here, Thunderlips is winding up. Zoo Attica, Sir Artie, Testator Salens racing tight, then Thunderlips on the outside, and Mickey's Medal widest. It's Zoo Attica, 100 metres to go from a wall. Thunderlips is starting to surge, Mickey's Medal late. Thunderlips driving at Zoo Attica. Got him. Thunderlips right on the post. Nailed Zoo Attica. As for third, Furious will get that, and then Mickey's Medal. He just got too far back. Testator Salens next home, followed by Green Shadows, Sir Artie, and last in was Step Aside.
A good day at the office continues for Björn Baker, and a good preparation continues for Thunderlips. Well, they posted their intent and made it known with Zoo Attica they were going to go forward, and by gee, at big odds, he certainly gave them something to catch, but Thunderlips has gathered him in the last few hops and will go on and score over a very, very brave Zoo Attica on the inside. Furious and Mickey's Medal in a wall behind them, but Thunderlips arrives in time.
He needed every bit of the 1,500 metres to wear down Zoo Attica. Intention to lead by 4 and give some cheek. Didn't he appreciate being ridden aggressively there? He just ran along, and you thought at a point there, they're going to be doing well to chase him down, but on the back of a perfectly executed ride from Josh Parr, he gets the timing bang on to beat him narrowly on the line. So that run of good form for Thunderlips continues. He's now won at 3 of his past 4, so he's doing it really nicely at the moment. Just took a trail in behind and put him out at the right time. Testator Salens had his chance there, ultimately knocked up just in behind, and Mickey's Medal, had he jumped on terms, he probably makes it pretty interesting there at the finish. He just gave away an impossible head start but made up a stack of late ground, so forgive him that.
A great effort there by Zoo Attica, I thought. He went out in front. Obviously, there's a change of tactics, and Reese let him roll along, and he done all the work, and to be narrowly beaten on the line by Thunderlips, slightly disappointing. Terrific ride there by Josh Parr on the winner. He just sat back, let them do all the work up front. I know he got his time and bang on as he hit the line, but just a really, really nice win.
Björn Baker is here. You've got this fella going great guns.
Yeah, he's going fantastic. A great bunch of owners, and they've been good colours this week. I think the Miller colours, they'd Star Deal on Wednesday, and they're also in Punton earlier today. So, no, it was a great ride, Josh. He's a horse that's been a bit of a... He's hard to catch at times, but he's going very, very well. And I guess 2 winners for James Clark today. He buys my horses, and he can do it at both spectrums. Punton was a $60,000 horse from New Zealand, and this bloke was at the other end, I think about 400,000, but he's got all that back now and some.
He's got a great record, Björn. 6 wins from 19, 4 minors. He just keeps ticking over.
Yeah, he's been, he is, and he's getting better and better. He's a horse that we always thought a lot of. We took up for the Sires Produce, I think, in Queensland, and he's always worked like a good horse, and he's starting to sort of finally develop, and so I think there's more to come. He loves it wet too, bit of rain this week, maybe. Backup Baker could make a return at the back end of the season.
Backup Baker. Is this about his trip? What do you think in that respect?
Yeah, I think anything up to a mile. And no, he's got the characteristic Zoostar recovery when we look on the heart rate monitors, which is part of it. It doesn't matter what work we give him, he's got a sensational recovery, and I think there's more to come.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
It's Björn Baker. So 129, 16 and 35, 16 the last 600 metres. A long head by 3/4 of a length. And Josh Parr gets the timing spot on. He's now with Corey.
Well done, Josh. Nicely timed ride.
They all thought I'd lead, Brownie. How about that, eh? Very nice, thank you. He worked really well Tuesday morning, and I was confident that he'd perform like that. The leader gave a good show, that's for sure. He had to dig deep, this horse, and he did do that, and thankfully he stuck his noggin out and we got the job done.
Do you reckon he's reached his top this time round?
I'm not sure where his top is. Because he's a casual horse. He does just what he has to, and that's why I was so impressed Tuesday morning. He worked on his own, but was very eager to do so. And again today, just casual throughout the race, but when I asked him for that effort, he's willing to give it.
Back in form, mate. Well done.
There's Josh Parr taking out race number 6. When we return, race 7 today, we'll start the quaddie. Getting the first leg of the quaddie underway as we go to Luke.
Casual Connection moves up already. 2,400 ahead of them. The gates open and they're off and racing now. And Mormona was one of the best out. Showing speed is Awesome Wonder. Nice and handy on the outside, Sir Charpwell. And here comes Casual Connection. He's starting to roll down the outside as they approach the winning post with a full lap of Rosehill Gardens to go. Sir Charpwell finds the lead. Comes down to the rail and shows the way from Casual Connection. Mormona's ended up in a great spot. He's third with a bit of cover as they go into that first bend and head up past the 1,900 metres. Merzan back on the rails. Then came Barchi Odell Miss. 3 horses back on the inside. Followed by Awesome Wonder. Spaycaster allowed to find his feet, and the last one is Allegron. They've got a straight run there down towards the mile, and the front runner is Sir Charpwell. Put back on the bridle. No real speed to report here. Sir Charpwell led by half a length on Casual Connection as they turn into the back section of the course. Mormona's getting a dream run on the outside of Merzan. They were trailed by Barchi Odell Mist on the inside of Awesome Wonder. And the last pair are Spaycaster and Allegron. No change to the order. In the Stayers Cup, they run into the back straight. Front runner by half a length is Sir Charpwell. It's Sir Charpwell running down past the 1,200 metres, leading from Casual Connection. The easing second favourite up on the outside. Third the fence was Merzan. Still no change. Mormona the outside, one of 2 greys in the race. The other is Barchi Odell Miss, and it's back on the inside. Here's a move now. Out and racing is Allegron. He goes 3 wide and starts to roll forward before the turn. Toward the inside was Awesome Wonder, and Spaycaster takes off. Have a look how bunched they are here. You could throw a blanket over them. And Casual Connection in the centre's taken the lead. Allegron with the early move. He's right there coming to the turn. Sir Charpwell's trying to come back on the inside. Then Mormona. He's just a bit flat-footed when they sprinted. Then came Merzan. Barchi Odell Miss going okay but needs luck into the straight. Casual Connection first for home. Sir Charpwell, Mormona's running on. Back behind them, Barchi Odell Mist is weaving through, then Spaycaster. It's Casual Connection, 150 metres to go. The greys are coming. Mormona, Barchi Odell Mist, and Awesome Wonder wider out, but Barchi Odell Mist gets up on the inside with Mormona. They got the Casual Connection. Barchi Odell Mist, though. Alicia drives it home. Barchi Odell Mist has beaten Mormona. We eat once more. Casual Connections run third, followed by back behind them Awesome Wonder. Next over the line, line as they pull up was Merzam with Spaycaster and Allegron. They tried something, but he's just not racing well, and he's run last.
Oh, she was jog-trotting. It was a matter of where was she going to get a gap. And Alicia Collar drives her through. You could see her in two minds, almost thinking, do I go inside Casual Connection or outside? She switches back to the inside and she powers through underneath of them to go on and score, and will defeat the other Greymore Mona in a good finish, and Casual Connection will just miss out. But the mare is back today with a bang. Baccio Del Mist.
She certainly is. The stable have done a fantastic job, the Curtises, in terms of keeping her up for so long, and as Corey touched on in the yard, she still paraded nice and fresh, and 52 kilos on her back. She was ridden that touch closer given the makeup of this field, and she sprinted best there late to fight it out with the Greys. Mormona ultimately had his chance. He was one out, one back, put into a position, just one paced, and no real excuses. Casual Connection, brave, had to absorb that pressure when Allegron made that mid-race move and just applied a touch more in the middle stages, and he was left a bit of a sitting duck late. But yeah, fantastic training performance. As I say, Baccio Del Mist lands good bets.
Yeah, the race shape changed there at about the 900 metre mark when they elected to go forward. Jace McMurray on Allegron. They really clamped on the speed, but Alicia just sat back, let it all unfold from about the 600 home. Once she got a little bit of clear air back up on the inside, it was a really tough win, I thought.
That indeed was the case. Both Lee and Cherie are here today. Lee and Cherie Curtis. Lee's with us. Great to see her back in the winner's stall.
Oh, as you know, Gav, she's just had no luck. So not so much with the barriers, like they've been horrible, but just missing out on runs in races that, you know, when she ran in the Epona, we had her in the other race that day, she missed out by one, and she runs super in the Epona, and over the 24 she would have done well. She just had no luck whatsoever. And barrier 4, I was in the car driving and I said to Shree, where'd she draw? And she said 4, and I was waiting for the teen on the end. and no, I said, that's super. So, you know, she's had the luck, and she's been running good races too. You know, she's such a gutsy thing and so tough.
At the top of the straight, it was looking a bit anxious there for a few strides too.
I was. I think that was good when Beyond Source took off, because it just rattled the cage a bit.
Yeah.
So, no, it was good. Very happy with that.
All the families here today. I think they'll be wanting, the kids will be wanting takeaway tonight, Lee.
Yeah, Chinese will be on. Yeah, no, they must have known something, because they were all insisting on coming. It was good.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, Gav.
Great job. There's Lee Curtis. So a neck by a short neck in the time of 2:31.35 and 35.28. The last 600 metres, the mare wins the first leg of the quaddie.
Well done, Alicia. Race changed complexion there at about the 900.
It was a really ugly run race. On paper, there wasn't much tempo. It definitely turned out that way. When one took off, it stopped. We were very fortunate. I was travelling well the whole way. We had a lovely barrier today, and I've been waiting for about 2 months to get a ride on this horse, so happy to get the job done when I did get on.
Like Brad said, she's been up forever, but she was tough today.
She was, and just being that sort of 4 lengths closer to the corner, it always gave her that bit of finish there to be closer to win.
Had a good sort of end of the season.
I'll take anything.
Well done.
Thank you.
Upstairs we go. Here is the 8th with Luke.
And Canberra Legend completes the line. They're set. Off and racing. Favourite Piggyback Barrier 1 got a fair start, but uses its draw to muster up. Federer handy. Pushing forward is Mr. Kipchoge. The Choge's going to be on the speed today. He's right up there with Pure Alpha. Ganbaray and Monarch's Bray come across from the deep as they go into the back straight. It is Ganbaray surging forward to lead Monarch's Bray on the outside. Mr. Kipchoge takes the trail third. Pure Alpha is fourth. Then Piggyback lying midfield on the rails. 1.5 lengths Federer. 2 lengths Kazalaka touch keen mid-race on the outside of Hutchins. 1,200 metres to go. Impunity and Canberra Legend are the last pair. Ganbaray goes to the front 3/4 of a length on Monarch's Bray as they run down the back section of the course. Mr. Kipchoge a bit closer today, 1,000 to go. Then Pure Alpha. He's fourth on the outside. Piggyback is fifth the rails. Switches off pretty well the favourite on the inside of Federer. 1.5 lengths to Hutchins, Kazalak, Impunity and Canberra Legend. They've rolled along a bit here. Ganbaray shows the way. Monarch's Bray on the outside is starting to give it the stare. And just behind those 2 lengths away, Pure Alpha, Mr. Kipchoge. Then came Piggyback. She's just pegged away on the inside, needing racing room on the inside of Federer. They come to the turn. Monarch Spray's going okay here, the roughie. He moved up on the bridle, went to Ganbaray on the outside, Pure Alpha. Then Mr. Kipchoge. Further back was Federer, and Kazalak's running on. Monarch Spray, they got to him now. Mr. Kipchoge, Pure Alpha, Federer, and Kazalak, the widest horses everywhere. Mr. Kipchoge, Pure Alpha, 100 metres to go. Piggyback's looking for a narrow gap. She's coming late. It's Mr. Kipchoge and Pure Alpha. Who wants it more? The Chogue. He might have got there today, Mr. Kipchoge. I think he's nosed Pure Alpha in a narrow photo finish. Piggyback is close up, then Federer. Kazalak loomed behind the Monarch Spray. He gave a bit of cheek, didn't he? Then came Impunity, Canberra Legend, Ganbaray, and Hutchins. Praise the heavens.
I can't believe I'm about to say it. He's won. Mr. Kipchoge on the inside. Luke said in the call who wanted it more. It was him today on the inside. And he was fired out of the gates. They hold up a prominent position. Pure Alpha will lunge at him and will miss. And a breath away in between them in a terrific finish was Piggyback and Federer on their heels back in fourth. Pay the believers, Brad. You've been the biggest of them. I hope you cashed up, my friend.
Every dog has their day, as they say, and it was good to see him show a little bit of desire, wasn't it? He fought it out there, duking it out down the straight with the stablemate Pure Alpha, and he gets his nose down right on the line, which, as you say, isn't something we get to say very often about Mr. Kipchoge. So the drought breaker, that's a long-awaited career win number 2, a patient ride there from John Van Overmeer, just parked in behind the speed, and when presented, he got his chance, and when it counted, he's got the beat right down to beat Pure Alpha. 1,800 metres, he's half ticked that box, and Piggyback was the hard luck story, just copped a bit of a sandwich in between runners.
Can't believe that I'm going to say it, but it was a really, really tough win there, Brad. He was actually there to be beaten by Pure Alpha, but he really dug deep there the last 50 metres. If anything, Pure Alpha actually got in front of him there with about 50 to go, but he dug deep, and a nice win.
Ticker, he's got it in spades. That was race number 8. Well, it was his day today.
Yeah, it was mine too. The owners have had the gun to my head for a long time with this horse.
Good to see him do it, and he was there and interested, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a nice ride from Gene. Bounced him out and sort of put him and got him interested. And I think it's his pet distance. He doesn't quite run a strong 2,000 metres, and the mile's too short, and he just needs everything to go his way. But yeah, these horses, they're not superstars, but if they can generate a win or two, they can create some great prize money at this time of the year.
Yeah, and he showed a bit of toughness there when Pure Alpha came at him.
Yeah, he had his chance to not win. And yeah, I know he's not everyone's favourite, but he toughed it out.
Pure Alpha was good. Win's coming soon, you'd think.
Yeah, it was. It was the furthest he's run over, I think, too. So yeah, it was a good effort, and yeah, there's a few of them that'll come on with the run as well.
Well done, John. Nice tough win. Was it the stablemate dropping off, Pure Alpha, or was it your bloke attacking the line?
I think a bit of both. I was definitely attacking the line. Ran through the line extremely strongly. He was only starting to warm up that last little bit, but he was tough, that's for sure.
And that's definitely his distance, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. It was, like I said, it was a tough win. He showed a nice turn of foot when I asked him to go through that narrow gap, so he showed a bit of toughness there as well. Just grateful for the opportunity from Chris and the owners for having me on today, and yeah, like I said, I definitely appreciate it, that's for sure.
Well done.
Thank you.
There's Touristic about to come up. Townsend has been locked and loaded for John Muir, Julia Ritchie and the legendary broadcaster. And this is the listed McKell Cup, third leg of the quaddie. And in goes Air Jordan up from Nowra. Here's Luke.
Ready for the McKell Cup. Gates open. Off and racing now. And Elamaz jumped away well. He's going to muster up and be in the first half a dozen. There's a wall of about 6 horses here. Townsend, Lock Eagle, push up. So does Age of Kings, and Elamaz, the outsider, is sliding up with Glory Days. So something's got to give here. They're 4 and 5 abreast at the moment. Just behind them, Belvedere Boys, followed by Touristic. Getting back was Jesus. And Air Jordan can see them all. Into the back straight they go. And Elamaz, the heavily backed favourite, goes to the lead for par. He takes him to the top. 1,300 metres to go. He's 1 length in front of Glory Days. Third on the rails was Age of Kings. In fact, he's just shifting one off there. Townsend pushes up on his inside to be fourth. They were trailed by Lock Eagle, Belvedere Boys, Touristic, then Jesus, and the last one is Air Jordan. Running down the back section of Rosehill Gardens, and Elamaz is the pilot. 1,000 metres to go. They're at halfway. He leads from Glory Days, who's a half off him second. Now Lock Eagles on the outside taking closer order around Age of Kings. Townsend's one off now, so Lock Eagle might be three wide there. It's just hard to tell. Behind those Belvedere Boys as they run down to the 600 metres. Touristic out wide, starting to creep forward. Townsend losing his spot between them. Back towards the end was Jesus and Air Jordan. We're about to find out what this import's got. It's Elamaz in front for par. He's squeezing him up. 400 metres to go. He leads from on the outside, Glory Days, but coming into the straight, Elamaz draws a length in front of Glory Days, who stays on. Then Age of Kings. The rest of full bore. Belvedere Boys coming out of the pack, but Elamaz has another gear past the 250. He surges two in front of Glory Days. Belvedere Boys the outside. 100 metres to go. Elamaz in front. Belvedere Boys is surging. Elamaz starting to feel the pinch. Belvedere Boys gets close. Photo, but I think he missed. I think Elamaz will scramble home and win the McKell Cup. They put a stack on it, and I think they're about to get paid. Glory Days third. Not sure what's run fourth. Age of Kings, Lock Eagle, Jesus, Townsend behind them, and Air Jordan.
Has he done it? It looks to the naked eye that the plonk has been landed here with Elamaz, who was gripping on just over Belvedere Boys, who lunged on the outside. But at the naked eye, it looked like there might be just a margin to Elamaz and Josh Parr as we await the number to go up. So 3-5. Oh, this low shot, what will it tell us? It'll hang on all right. And they've put a poultice on. They've got twice as much out. Normally you're the easiest man to find on a racecourse, but there are people everywhere after that win.
I'm glad there is, because that means we've won. So everyone's hugging each other and kissing, and it was great. And even the young Indian boy that let him in, he come up. I went to kiss Emma, our girl, and next minute the Indian boy grabbed me and hugged me instead.
He launched into
He launched in and he beat me to the blonde. So
what a nice horse.
Terrific. What a real good horse. Yeah, let's talk about the horse, Neil. He's an excellent horse. We're confident that he'd win today. Only he fell in, but look, we actually didn't think he'd lead. You know, Josh was given the open instructions by Gay and Adrian, so it's good that he's sort of got another string to his bow, that he can lead, he can run 2,000 metres, and he can win on a firm track. Yeah. So there's all pluses.
Unbelievable. He travelled over here, 42 weeks between runs. He'd never gone beyond a mile. He goes straight to 2,000 metres, and he wins.
Well, what do you say? Gay and Adrian do it all the time, especially with these horses from overseas. We seem to have luck with them first up. So, no, we love them.
Yeah, the world's his oyster, this bloke.
That'll do, yeah, that'll do. Oyster, lobster, whatever you want to call it.
Well done, Tony.
Thanks, mate.
Congratulations, Joss. He looks a nice horse. Did he give you a feel of one?
Oh, he most certainly did. I'm quite taken by him. His demeanour was good. His action's just remarkable. The interesting part of it all is I wanted to be as kind as possible to him to get the 2,000 first time on such dry ground. And there was a wall of us, and I had to make up the decision. And I just had to trust the stable and trust that they had him fit and ready to go for this event, which they often do. And he was well and truly up to the mark, and he did the rest.
Well done, bud.
Thank you.
They're all in. Race 10, the red light on. Stand by. They're racing now, and Lady Extreme Barrier 1, one of the first out. Going for speed is Flying Destiny. Walkin' Talkin's right up there, and Elson Boys charging up as well. So they put a bit of heat into the race early stages. Snack Bar getting his head up and over racing inside of Iron Man. Native King is caught wide, presses forward. Further back was Liberty State, followed by Unstoppable Eye of the Fire. And 2 lengths to Slinky. Elson Boy working hard on the outside of Flying Destiny, who won't give up the fence. 2 or 3 lengths away, Walkin' Talkin', and Lady Extreme is railing through. Behind those Native Kings, Snack Bar goes back down to the inside for par, looking for 4 as they spin. Elson Boy and Flying Destiny, they've cut at each other here. Trying to get out, Lady Extreme got pocketed. She had to go back to the inside. Walkin' Talkins running on, then Snack Bar at the 250. It's Flying Destiny. Now the run's coming for Lady Extreme, and Iron Man's running home with Snack Bar. 100 to go. Flying Destiny the leader from Lady Extreme, Iron Man, Snack Bar. 4 of them are coming to the line here. They hit it, photo. Lady Extreme has dived at Flying Destiny. Not much in it. On the outside, Snack Bar has run 3rd. Iron Man 4th. Then Unstoppable, Slinky. Followed by Liberty State. Then Elson Boy. Further back was Walkin' Talkin' and Eye of the Fire. Who's...
Flying Destiny looking to grip on the outside. Lady Extreme, she just kept coming. She makes one dive on the outside. And was it enough? Perhaps to the naked eye with 4 of them across the track. Lady Extreme lunging on the outside at Flying Destiny. Will it be enough? And that I think it will. We're just waiting on confirmation, and it'll get it all right. 13 will defeat 5. Snack Bar winds up in 3rd, and 4th in the last went to Iron Man.
Isn't she a little fighter, Lady Extreme? So did have a reputation there as being the bridesmaid. She is very much the bride now. That's now 4 wins from 11 starts. Put into a lovely position just in behind the speed. She drives and nails a very brave Flying Destiny, who improved sharply from that first up run where he did have excuses. Snack Bar ran his typical race. He was boxing away okay into 3rd, and Iron Man did improve running 4th. But she's come back a little winning machine, Corey.
Blake, she's a beauty.
She is, like you'd hate to come home $50 light and you kick with her, wouldn't you? She worked out great from the run. They didn't look to go that hard. They weren't that urgent to cross her, and Alicia summed it up terrific. And a little bit touch and go top of the straight, but when the run came, I thought, no, she'll get there. And then I thought, well, maybe she won't, but she just doesn't know how to lay down. And she ran into a couple a bit better than her last time in, but she's finding her own way this time in. And to go from midway grade to a genuine Saturday race now, so she's stamped a class, and very just grateful for Luke giving her the opportunity to train her, and she's a beauty.
You love it, don't you?
I really do. Yeah. Like it's not many. I've ridden a lot of better horses. working with a lot of better horses in Group 1s, but I don't think I've ever worked with one that gives you everything as this mare does. So, and there's not a lot of her either. So, I love her, and we'll give her a nom for the Ramornie now. Whether she's got enough points to get in or whether she's good enough is a different thing, but she's won 3 in town now, and Luke's a breeder, so the only thing we can do now is chase a bit of black type. So the Ramornie's the next task.
Beautifully said.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, Alicia. She's tough, isn't she?
She does. She really, really wants it. At no point did I think I was going to win it. The last 50, she just pinned the little ears back and give you everything she could give.
She looks like she's got improvement to come as well.
She still does. I'd love to see what she's going to be like, or a 2 or 3 week backup. But no, we've had favours today. She wants that little bit of sting out of the track, a bit more than that, and terrific win. That's all we can ask for.
You're in good form.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Well done.